tell us how you became involved with the Nanda Marga.
Yeah, I was born in a Margii family. My father joined Anand Marg back in 1961. He became an Avdut around 1963 or 64 when there were hardly like 20 sannyasis in the organization. But later he left full-timership after Baba gave him permission. Baba has blessed me with a lot of profound spiritual experiences, including Samadhi. He had PC 3 or 4 times. And my mother, under the influence of my father, also got quite spiritual. She also had the opportunity, by Baba's grace, to have Dharm Samiksha, and Baba blessed her with an opportunity to also ask him a question. So I grew up in a very highly spiritual atmosphere at home. Both my parents were great bhaktas of Baba, and I got the opportunity to see Baba many times because we used to go to Anand Nagar every year. I still remember Baba came to Tata Nagar, my hometown, around 1964 or 1984 or 85. I was 8 or 9 years old at that time. And he was staying in a company quarter, which was close to our house. I still remember that evening when he came out of the bungalow to give darshan. I was looking at him very intently. And one thing that really struck me was that his face was glowing like a light bulb. That image is still very fresh in my mind. And I used to wonder as a child, how could somebody glow like that? How could somebody's face glow like that? Of course, I also used to think that Baba is God, because that's how I was brought up with my parents, that Baba is God. That's what had been told to us, and we used to believe that as children. Then I remember Baba was taken to the Jagriti at Tata Nagar, and he was having lunch, and I was right outside his room where he was at the Baba quarter at the Jagriti. And as kids, there weren't too many restrictions on us, so we would just, nobody would tell us that don't go there or don't try to enter Baba's room. And I was just peeping through the door, and he was having a conversation with some of the aunties and uncles over there. So that was also a very sweet experience. I could see Baba so closely, just peeping through the door, and right there he's having a conversation with some of the Margis. So those were really sweet experiences during the DMC that we had in Tata Nagar. Then I had the opportunity to see Baba and listen to his discourses many times, because every year we used to go to Anand Nagar, and we used to stay in the pandal, sometimes in some of the schools there. I still remember his discourse when he was talking about the universe and the shape of the universe, that it is in the shape of an egg. And I did not understand many things. He used to use words such as pabulum, which I did not understand at that time. But I still remember those nights when he used to come late in the night, give these discourses, and we used to sit in the pandal, listen to him intently, even though we hardly understood as children what he was saying. And then during my childhood, I used to be very sincere about sadhana, but I did not get any blissful experiences, which my father used to describe about himself, that he used to get intoxicated while doing meditation, and he used to get like visions of the future. So I just used to wonder, like, what is all this about? I mean, how is he getting those experiences? I don't get any of those experiences as a child. Then when I went to college, I was doing my engineering studies, my bachelor's. I remember my acharya had told me that you should try to repeat your Isht mantra mentally all the time, whether you're walking, whether you're taking bath, wherever you're going, you should try to take your Isht mantra. So that thing had uh, been in my mind, and I started to do that. And then I remember during my junior year, which is the third year of college, when I was taking my mantra, I suddenly started getting this very blissful experience. And I really got addicted to that. So whenever I would ideate on the mantra and also repeat that mantra, I would get so much bliss. So that went on for like 2 to 3 years. I was really addicted with that feeling. But the other thing that was happening was, uh, even though I was getting all that bliss, I was also having this sort of side effect that I would have headaches, be anxious, or get stomach problems. But I didn't care. I kept on doing it for 2 to 3 years. Later, I realized that the mistake that I was doing was I was so addicted to that feeling that I was many a times forcing myself to have that ideation and all that suppression and all that trying to forcefully ideate was causing all these negative effects also. But I still continued. The world looked like it was so shiny, everything looked so blissful. But then I had these other effects too, which were not very pleasant too. So this went on for a long time until that the negative effects became so strong that I got a little bit clashed out. And one day I decided, no, I cannot continue like this. I mean, this is not, I cannot lead a normal life like this, even though I'm getting all that bliss. But I cannot let this go on because I'm not able to do some of the things that I want to do in life normally. So I actually stopped concentrating. I would sit for meditation, but I did not make an effort to really concentrate. But right before I stopped trying to concentrate, a very strange incident happened. I used to work in this automobile company called Tata Motors in Tata Nagar, my hometown. My father used to work in that same company. And I do remember I used to work in the planning department, and we had this task of making these equipment on which you could store something. And there used to be these contractors who used to come and take all the scrap material, all the steel material, and they used to take that and use it or sell it. So one of these contractors, he went ahead and cut one of these equipment that I had made and just used it for scrap, and he took it away. So I complained to the management about that incident, and they took it very seriously. That how could a contractor, go and use something for scrap, which was something which was designed to be used. So they actually dismissed that contractor, and then those contractors, those scrap contractors are like mafia. They're not good people. They could harm somebody. So that incident actually worried me a little bit, but something happened after that incident. After that contract was dismissed, I was going from my office to home, and I was going on my motorbike, and my motorbike just stopped on the road, and it would not start. And I tried many times to kickstart it, but it would not start. And then suddenly, this person came to me, and he said, "Okay, let me give you a ride to home." So I didn't ask him any question, and I just got on the back of his scooter, and he dropped me to my home. And he was not even asking me where I live. He just took me to my home. And then when I just got off his scooter, I asked him, who are you? Can you introduce yourself, please? He said, your guru has sent me to drop you off at home. So that was something very strange which happened. But then right after that, I really stopped meditating, trying to make an effort to concentrate. And I used to do sadhana more like a ritual. I used to just sit. I was still in love with Baba. I used to think about him all the time. But I didn't make an effort to concentrate. The other thing I was doing it in a ritualistic fashion was because my father used to say that, oh, if you stop meditation, then Prakriti is going to punish you. So I was scared about that too. But I still used to do it as a ritual, but I didn't make any effort to concentrate or get the benefits of meditation. And that continued for a long time until I came to the US. Once in a while, I used to think, okay, let's try to concentrate and see whether it's okay. But still, when I would get those negative effects, I would stop. And this went on for some time. And then I moved to Houston after doing my doctorate in engineering. And then Dr. Ram Uncle, he moved to Houston, and we started having DC. My wife is also from a Margii family. So she used to insist, no, let's go for DC. So we would go for DC. And I started going there, and I enjoyed the kirtan. So kirtan was something I enjoyed. I started doing kirtan. I used to really enjoy it. And then one day, after this continued for a while, we used to go to DC. We started going to DC regularly. Before that, we were not, because there weren't many Margiis around. And then one day I thought, let's try to experiment again. Before that, I used to think that, okay, if I try to do meditation, I am having these effects. And when my children are grown, then when I'm around 50 or 60, I will get back to meditation. Even if I go crazy, I'm going to keep experimenting till I'm successful. That was my thought process. And I used to think that, okay, I think about Baba also quite a few times. But then one day I came back and I sat for meditation. I thought, let's just try. I just sat down, and all my shuddhis happened automatically. I didn't do anything. And then I just became a point and merged in that infinite consciousness. I cannot even describe how blissful that was. And I had never experienced something like that. I just merged into this consciousness. And I thought, whoa, what just happened? And that lasted for a few seconds. It was so blissful. And that's how Baba brought me back, and I became regular in concentrating. And I didn't have any of those negative effects after that. I kept on doing meditation and getting the benefits of meditation. So really, I think it in a way that I still remember Tapeshwarananda's 7 tests of a guru, and in which he says that even if you leave Baba's hand, he's not going to leave you till you tell that you are not my guru. So that's what happened. I still remembered Baba. I used to love Baba. I used to think about him. I never left him. So Baba brought me back before, much before that. Then I was actually thinking I would start experimenting again. So that's how I came back. And
when you were having the negative effects, were you doing asanas, following sentient diet?
I was following sentient diet, yes, but I was not doing asanas. I stopped that also, yes.
Yeah, that probably would have helped if you were doing asanas.
So my father, mother, and we have seen a lot of pain and suffering in our lives. There have been so many personal setbacks that we have seen, so many obstacles in our spiritual journey. But I was really amazed by how happy my parents were, even under those really difficult circumstances. I just used to wonder as a child, how could somebody be so happy, even though they are seeing so much pain and personal suffering. Uh, so uh, I uh, too didn't. I also was happy, even though there were so many of these bad things which were happening in our lives. And I was thankful to Baba that he was my guru, my father. So one thing that started happening after I picked up meditation again was, and this happened during COVID times. So I remember my wife's parents, they got really sick in India. My mother-in-law, she was unconscious in the hospital for a few days. And then my father-in-law, he got COVID, he got pneumonia in his chest. And there was one person who was harassing them at that same time when they were really sick. So we were really, tormented here. There was no way we could travel because there were so many restrictions during COVID times to help them out, and they were sort of alone there in India. So it really caused a lot of worry. My wife was really worried. I was also worried because my wife, seeing my wife so distressed. So this ordeal was going on, and I used to do meditation. And we have this electronic photo frame in our house, which has all these photographs. Different photographs keep coming, randomly. We have family photographs, and then we also have Baba's photos. And then there's one photo of Baba where he's almost in a Varabhai Mudra, like going to turn his hand, but there's a picture like that. That's a very common photo. I've seen that with many people, but he's almost in a Varabhai Mudra. So I was thinking, worrying, and then I see that whenever I'm worrying, this photo comes up. So it's like Baba is indicating to me that, okay, things will be all right. So I started making a connection. Okay, whenever I'm having these negative thoughts, that photo is coming up. So maybe Baba is signaling that things will be all right. And that's what happened. In just a few days, things became all right. My in-laws' health became better. We got this person who was harassing. We got taken care of that with the help of some of my friends. So everything worked out. And that was a time when I started, getting these signals from Baba. And that did not happen once. It has happened so many times, even now. Whenever I have this feeling of worry or something is, and there have been situations which have been almost impossible. There's no way I could have gotten out of that. And then this Baba's Varabhai Mudra comes up on the photo frame, and then, I realized, no, things will be okay. And it happens immediately. Things start getting better, and they get resolved. So that's another thing which has been happening since I started meditation again. I also had this experience 2 weeks back. A very sad incident happened in our family. My very dear brother, he passed away. He was hardly 53 or 54. He used to live alone in India. And in the middle of the night, I get this video call from the person with whom he used to rent. And he's showing me my brother's lifeless body on video, and he's saying that he's not waking up. And this was 3 a.m. I mean, I was sleeping, and I'm getting these calls from this person, and and he was not able to reach my father because he was trying to call him many times. My father is quite old; he's close to 83 years old now. So sometimes he's not able to pick up the phone, and he was calling me here in the middle of the night, and that was something so shocking, to see my brother not moving. So that really distressed me, but I still remembered this happened when my mother passed away, around 12 years back. And my father used to say when something like this happens, and it happened for him too when my mother passed away, he was a little bit distressed for the first few days. But then he told me that if you offer all your worries to Baba, all your mental colors to Baba, that really helps. And he said that when he did that, within 2-3 days, his worries, they reduced, his pain and worries, they reduced a lot. And that's what I tried doing after my brother's passing away, is that I started offering to Baba my mental colors, my worries. And I became okay. Within 2-3 days, I got over all this. Even those very, shocking images on the video, I was able to get over that. And not only that, after on the 4th or 5th day in my meditation, Baba gave me so much love, so much bliss. I mean, it was just, he was trying to tell that I'm always with you. And I feel that Baba is all the time with me. So that was some experience which I had very recently that I wanted to share. Yeah, so I suppose that's how life is. We are all here for a temporary time, and I've learned that the only entity who's going to be with us all the time is Baba. And I can feel that he's there with me all the time, and he's like he's my father. He's my most beloved one. I never feel alone. I mean, he's there for me all the time. Namaskar.
Namaskar.